Hello everyone, welcome back to Hanoff Journal with me, Jeremy Hanoff, and thank you, you've clicked this video. And in this video, I will be talking about this fountain pen right here. This is the TWSBI Diamond 580 ARR in Prussian Blue, but I'm not gonna talk about the color of this pen, I will be talking about this pen in general. For 3 years, what I like about this pen and what I don't really like about this pen. It's not much of a dislike with this pen, but I really love this pen so much. So the history about me getting this pen is when I was working at Pakuan Mall Surabaya as an event coordinator. It's just so much thing to write, so much paper to sign. It's really tiring for me to use this kind of pen. It's just the grip is too small. When you write with ballpoint pen like this, you really have to push down really hard, and it's it doesn't even guarantee you don't experience ink skips. But with this pen, it's a whole different story. And here is what I like and what I don't like about this pen after 3 years using the TWSBI Diamond 580 ARR in Prussian Blue. Because I really love this pen. I really love the color and I really enjoy my experience using this pen. So the first thing I like about this pen is the reliability of this pen is superb. I think if I can categorize my entire life what the most reliable things in my life pen category, it would be this pen. For 3 years, one ink, I have no complaint at all. The ink never skips, the nib writes smooth. Until today, it feels like brand new. Except for some parts that we will discuss in my dislike of this pen. So yeah, the reliability of this pen is so pristine, my experience. But you have to note that I'm really taking care of this pen really well. I clean this pen twice a month. I wrote with this pen constantly. And yeah, that's something that you should do to your fountain pen. The second thing I like about this pen is the nib. I probably have mentioned it that the ink never skips, but the nib, it's just writes really smooth. And you can change the nib. You can get this like the stock nib. Usually when you want to change the nib, you have to have some kind of special tools to change the nib. But with this pen, no, you don't have to. You can just twist this and just change the nib, and TWSBI sells the nib. And yeah, that is one of the things that I really like about this pen. It's the nib. The third thing I like about this pen the most is the design. When I'm buying a fountain pen, I don't really buy a tools to write. Not just that. I'm buying something. I'm buying an image. When I write, I want people to think that I'm professional. And this pen does it very well. I people rarely mention this pen, but when they did, the feeling is just something that I won't forget. It's just some uniqueness to a fountain pen because people nowadays rarely use them, especially when they saw something that is not like their usual things. It's just like a magnet. It's just an attention magnet. For some people, that's a disadvantage, but for me, it is something that I quite really like because it made people think that I'm professional, just like that. And the fourth thing that I like about this pen is the comfort. This pen, you don't have to post the pen, but I think the pen is made not to be posted. When you write with this pen just like this, it is really comfortable. The pen is balanced, the nib is fine, the ink capacity is just superb, and yeah, I have no complaint about the pen. And it's just so comfortable for me to write with this pen. So the last thing that I really like about this pen is their after sales. TWSBI after sales is just one of the best experience with after sales in my entire life, I think. And yeah, they just did not disappoint. Well, you should know that recently the cap of my Twisby Diamond just snapped around this corner, and it is not a great experience because it snapped in the middle of a meeting, on my meeting. So yeah, it's quite disappointing. But then I do a research on the internet. Does people have the same problem with like I do, like I did? And yeah, surprisingly, they did have the same problem, and they told me to contact Twisby for a replaceable cap. I did, and yeah, they were really responsive. They really communicative about their end. They sending me a new one in exchange of a shipping fee. I mean, that's fair. That's really fair. Fair enough for me. So that's will lead us to the things that I don't really like about this pen. It's the cap. The cap build quality is just not the best. It's not that great. When you're spending $70 for a fountain pen, you really want something that is reliable and that is well made. Either it's a gold nib or a stainless steel nib. I don't think you would care at that price range, but what you really want is a good build quality, and this cap here just disappoint. First, I have to glue this thing, this ring back because it snapped. And the second thing I want you to notice is at the end of the clip here, like the mounting of this clip is shattered inside, if you can tell. From the cap build quality, move to this body build quality. It is not the best. I could say that the body itself is easily scratched. So I suggest you, if you are bringing this pen with you, just put it in a like this cover here. Put the pen inside the cover because the body it's easily scratched. It's not made out of hard resin whatsoever. It's more of soft resin, but it's quite sturdy. But you know the coating is soft, so it's scratched easily. The next thing that I don't really like about this pen is that this is a piston filler mechanism. And yeah, if you're using an ink that is not a waterproof ink, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you're using a waterproof ink, you have to concern about the body of this pen because people have deal with the same problem where the ink stains the body and it's not a good experience. Apart of that, it's a big ink capacity. It's just some kind of trait trait traits you have to choose between a big ink capacity and an extra concern if you're using waterproof ink. It's just like that. Actually, let's write something with this pen because I think you really wonder how this pen writes. So yeah, let's do some writing tests with this pen. Actually, I have wrote something, but this was from the Lamy Studio. And yeah, I want to quick showing you guys what my collection really was. This was the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is the Lamy Studio, and I'm still waiting for the third golden nib I've purchased. It was the Custom 74. So yeah, let's write this. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It writes really well. It writes really smooth. Let's do some ink smear. Let's do some down strokes, up strokes. See some lines line variation is there. It's not the flexible type of nib, but the line variation is there. Figure 8. And you might wonder what kind of ink that I'm using with this pen. It's this Noodler's ink. This is one of the best ink that I've tried, especially in blue blacks. Oh, it's so great. 54th Massachusetts. And yeah, this one is so great. This one is so good. I really like this pen. I really like this ink, and the combination with this pen is just so beautiful. Amazing. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, please give me a like and give this channel a subscribe, because one thing that keeps me making this kind of video is you guys. And thank you so much for watching until the end of video. See you on the next video. Goodbye.